What is up, guys, and welcome to the South Coast. So, today's video, we are going over a post-hole digger restoration. So as you can see here, just starting off, getting the post-hole digger disassembled, getting that center pivot bolt pulled out of it. I'm going to set one of the arms to the side. Now, these two bolts that we're holding the handle on were pretty well rusted on there. I was able to cut the wood handle off itself, but had to come back with the grinder and a cutoff wheel and get these two bolts cut off. Just using a standard 4.5 inch grinder with a standard cutoff wheel there. I have links in the description for those. So then once I got the handles off of both halves of the post hole digger, I just hit it with some sandpaper, mainly trying to knock that surface layer of rust off so we could come back and get some paint on it, get them looking a little bit nicer. Just using some either 120 or 220 grit sandpaper there. And then once I get everything sanded, come back with some acetone to wipe all the dust and dirt off. Also get any grease or any other contaminants off that may give me issues when I go to paint it. So you definitely want to wear rubber gloves when you're using this acetone. I'll have some of those linked down in the description as well. Just taking my time getting all that dust and dirt off. And then we hit it with some self-etching primer. I like this Rust-Oleum brand self-etching primer. It seems to go on. Gives you a good coat, good even coats, and then it sort of really binds into the base metal, sort of etches through that rust that's there. It'll stop more rust from adding to what's already there, and it gives you a good base to come back and put some color on top of it. I think I did 2 coats of the self-etching primer before going to the final color coat. Once again, wearing gloves just to keep that paint off my hands. This is sort of my signature green. This is the green Rust-Oleum that I use on pretty much all my tool handles, all that sort of stuff. You'll see here in a minute that I also paint the tips of the handles on this post hole digger. See if I can get my words right. But yeah, just I think I give it 2 or 3 coats of this Rust-Oleum. Super easy. It's a tool, so I'm not super picky on the finish quality, especially with a tool that's going to get jammed down into the dirt and digging. So yeah, here I'm putting the paint on the end of the tool handles. I like to give all my tool handles a 3-inch stripe there on the end. I do that with all my wooden handle tools, hammers, axes, all that sort of stuff. So now I'm putting the new handles on. I got the metal end of the tool clamped down to the new handle, just drilling through the existing hole in the tool, and we'll get the nut and bolt put in that one, and then come back and drill the second hole. Now on these tool handles, you want your grain orientation to be in line with basically the force going through the tool. So if you look at the end grain on your handles that you get, you want the lines to line up with the direction you're going to be pushing or pulling the tool. So in this instance, they're running basically just perpendicular to the cutting face of the tool. I think right here I use that crescent wrench and I scratch the finish as I'm coming around, sort of bum myself out right there. And then you can see me looking at it. I'll switch over to a proper box end wrench at some point. So yeah, be careful with your finish once you're got your final coat of paint on there and you're reassembling your tool. But like I said, this is a tool that's going to get jammed down into dirt, so it's not super important, to be honest. All right, so got the handle put on both sides. I'm going to go ahead and get a new pivot pin put in. I went ahead and got stainless hardware for all this. You really don't need stainless steel hardware, especially if you take good care of your tools and you clean them and dry them after each use. But I know myself, there's a pretty good likelihood of me leaving some dirt on these over the years. So I wanted to use stainless fasteners to make sure the fasteners weren't going to rust out again like the previous ones did. I think I probably need a little bit longer bolt here. As you can see, I could not fit that spring washer on there, that lock washer, but it's been doing fine just with the standard flat washers and the nut and bolt. Get it all put back together. Do some little test swings here. We're good to go. So I actually got two post hole diggers. I think this is the one that I cleaned up and gave to my stepdad for a Father's Day gift. So this one had a little bit more rust down on the cutting edge, so took that grinder to it to sort of knock it off. And then you see sort of a time lapse sped up footage of the same process we did previously. Clean it up, sand it, acetone, self-etching primer, color, paint, and then reassembly. So yeah, just reassembling, pretty straightforward. These are simple tools to restore. This would be a great first restoration project if you are looking to get into it. So I definitely recommend trying this out and giving it a go if you have an old post hole digger laying around. But anyway, guys, that's going to wrap this video up. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found the voiceover helpful. If you did, leave me a comment down in the description. I'll have the company linked where I got these handles from. Like always, I hope y'all have a good one. We'll catch you next time down here on the South Coast.